Hello, I'm Billy Saunders from Carpenters Construction. This is our third installment of interviewing a construction professional. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, please make sure and click on the links in the description below to see the other interviews. Today, we are interviewing some of our carpenters by asking them questions that were received from high school students. We are trying to get information out about the different careers in the construction industry. Normally, we'd come visit schools to talk about this, but COVID has interfered. I hope the answers shed light on some of the different construction careers available to each and every one of you.
Hi, I'm Sue Suknich. I'm a union carpenter, Local 435, Cleveland, Ohio. I've been a union carpenter since February of 1990.
Kyle Daniels, went to Mount Vernon High School and the Knox County Career Center for building trades. Went to the Apprenticeship for 4 years, Local 200 in Columbus.
I'm Corey Brubaker with Carpenters Construction Company, project superintendent. Been with the company since '97, July of '97. So 24 years of experience. From Mount Gate, Ohio, graduated from Northmore High School. Went to Pioneer Career and Technical School for 2 years. Did the carpentry program up there, and that's how I got hired in at Carpenters.
My name's Curtis Bomar. I'm 21. I've worked with Carpenters for 2.5 years now. I'm an apprentice carpenter. I'm in my second year of apprenticeship.
What does your average day look like?
Every day is different. You know, I go to work, meet with my crew, do our meeting, and then every day could be something different. I could be building gangs, I could be prepping for a pour, I could be stripping forms. Everything's different.
Average day on this site, so to speak, is a lot of activity amongst the crews, trying to keep every individual crew focused on what they need to do, how they need to do it, making sure they have all the materials, tooling, everything lined up in front of them, basically set them up for success, and they will help me succeed.
What is the hardest part of being a carpenter?
The hardest part is sometimes going on a job and you're familiar with what you're doing, but you're not 100% sure, and you might do things differently than someone else, so you have to listen, maybe change your ways a little bit, or everything's a learning experience.
Packing around tools, little wear and tear on your body.
What's the most rewarding part of your job?
Seeing the end product, seeing what a group of people could do, accomplish.
You work all week and you get that paycheck and you've earned it, and meeting different people and going on new job sites.
What would you say is the entry-level pay?
Entry-level pay is going to be anywhere between 16 and 20 bucks an hour.
In Cleveland, I think it's $18 an hour.
What do I need to do to prepare to get into the Carpenter's apprenticeship?
The thing that prepared me the best was probably going to the trade school for the 2 years doing carpentry. It was a benefit that I lived close enough to Fredericktown that I was able to work part-time in the summers in the form shop, which definitely helped a lot, but I'd say the trade school was the most helpful.
Probably have some carpenter background, but you learn a lot in the apprenticeship, so you can go there with no knowledge. But
If you were to start your career over again, what would you do differently?
Pay more attention in school. As far as out here, you don't need to know a lot of stuff as far as technical things in school. Math is a good thing, definitely math. Pay attention. There's a lot to learn that we don't absorb.
Honestly, I don't know if there is anything I'd do differently. I like where I'm at. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy doing what I do every day.
What tools or equipment am I responsible for buying?
That varies a little different job to job, but your basics are hammer, pliers, tape, pencils.
You're going to need a tool belt. Your typical tools, you'll need a tape measure, chalk line, hammer, pliers, just your normal stuff. Anything big, company will provide.
How do I apply for the apprenticeship?
I believe you go right to the hall and apply.
Go on the internet and look up your Carpenter Union Hall and call them, and they'll direct you to the apprenticeship school, and help you out getting in.
What prior training do I need to become a carpenter apprentice?
Don't really need any prior training, but good math skills are good. Being on time is always helpful, and committed to 4-year schooling, so.
I don't think you'd have to have training to get an apprenticeship, but it will help you for sure. Maybe a trade school training would definitely help you learn a lot more.
What are some of the benefits of being a carpenter?
You're cool. It's the coolest job out there, being a carpenter.
If you enjoy being outside, interact with people, and you gotta love being outdoors because it is an outdoor job, specifically for what we do. If you don't like being cooped up, this is a great opportunity. The pay is good. Once you go through your apprenticeship program, you got the chance to make really good money out here and stay pretty physically active doing it.
What are my working hours?
Working hours on typical jobs are usually 7 to 3:30, usually 8 hours a day. There are quite a few times where we might work 10-hour days, say Monday through Thursday. Friday would be like an 8-hour day. So between the 40 to 50 hours a week range.
Anywhere between 8 and 10 hours a day is average. Depending on what you got to do that day, it could be longer, but.
Do I get holidays off? Snuck one in on.
You do get holidays off, but you do not get paid for them. Sometimes you got to sacrifice for a lot.
Depends what job you're on. We take holidays off. Some jobs will take a week off for a holiday.
What kind of training will I get in the apprenticeship?
It'll teach you everything from building trades, putting drywall and metal studs up, to concrete work. Even floor laying, I believe they teach you now. So
You'll get all the training you need. Carpenters Union, they teach you everything from drywall to forming up footers. They'll teach you everything you need to know.
How far will I have to travel?
That's up to you on that. You could travel anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, or maybe even out of state. It depends on the situation.
The travel could be close. That's the nature of our beast, is the long drive. Not always will you be driving a long distance, but you got to go where the work is, and sometimes that requires you to drive an hour and a half in one direction. Or you could be very close to the house, but that's, depending on where you live, that's not always an option.
What do I do in a typical day?
A typical day out here, these guys will do a lot of metal forms. They set a lot of metal forms for these big concrete walls, footings. We do use a lot of lumber. We go through a lot of lumber, so there is a lot of lumber building, cutting, measuring, layout. Basically everything we do is built to hold concrete. So it has to be pretty stout, pretty rigid. And once you pour a lot of this stuff, then you dismantle it, tear it apart, and start over in a different location.
Usually you get with your gang and you talk about what you're going to do that day, some planning. On my job, we do concrete form work, put up forms, tear them down, cut wood. Sometimes you do layout. Job to job is different. The
next generation, for sure, we definitely need a lot of people to keep getting into our industry. It's a great trade, and we need a lot of younger people getting into the trade. Honest pay, it's good work outside, and there's a lot of growth potential as far as getting with a bigger company. You definitely do not have to be entry level for long. You can work your way up, and that's a good bonus.
Hopefully you get in and start working and get all the schooling you can get. At the school, you go through 4 years of training, and after that, there's always journeyman upgrades, and doors, blueprints, layout. It's always good to keep your mind moving and just keep learning. The more you know, the better off.